Right. Hello, hello. 2024, and back we are. So I put you back in the house. So you're all standing around in the courtyard at the moment. You can position yourselves wherever you want to.
So we're in the house, are we?
Yes.
So we are. Well, we need to go to Hook Street, don't we? Because that's where the people that attacked and seemed trying to grab Majenko were wanting to. Were told to take him. It was the person. It was the to the house on
yeah.
Hook Street. Yes.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. And that didn't happen.
Pretend that didn't happen. Okay.
Well, no.
Stop paying attention to the plot.
Stop paying attention to the plot I made up on the moment and pay to the attention to the much better adventure I decided to run instead of the one I was going to originally run that I put that little tease into.
we will pay no attention to the man behind the
Man
screen.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, obviously that was some strange dream you had.
Right. Okay.
So yes, it's been a couple of weeks since you well, let's just say you dealt. I think the easiest thing to say is when you got to the address at Hook Street, you found it abandoned and deserted. So what was going on there? Who knows? They fled. How's that? There we go. Problem solved.
Okay.
But it's
we all came home.
You all came home, and at which point a courier delivers parchment to the property.
Parchment.
A scroll.
What is written upon said parchment?
That is a good question, isn't it? Nice, I've put it in text and in graphical format. So, greetings. I understand you've been instrumental in curtailing recent disastrous events in Corvosa, and I believe I am in need of your help. My name is Ziva Foxglove, and I am the owner of the Green Market. I believe disaster is about to strike Corvosa. Time is of the essence. When you receive this message, please travel to Eodred Square and inform the local guards that you are looking for Ziva, and I will come out to meet you. I beseech you to come with all haste. Thank you. Signed, Xena Foxglove.
Do I know anything of this Ziva Foxglove?
You could try a common knowledge, bro.
They're not related to the Foxgloves of Magnamar and Foxglove Manor near Sandpoint, are they by any chance?
Xena Foxglove is the owner and operator of the Green Market in the South Shore District of Corvosa. He's a member of the aristocratic family from Magnamar.
Oh.
Has not lived in Western Varisia since tragically struck in the Foxgloves 693 AR, but that could well be actually in the future, given that given how they check the timescales. But who cares? Her mother, Criley, went mad and burned down the Manor's outbuilding and attempted to set the house itself on fire. Her father, Traver, threw her from the building's second story to her death. Obviously, you wouldn't know all this bit, but anyway, I'm just telling you it for fun. Her father, Traver, knew her from the building's second story to her death on the jagged rocks below, and then took his own life, which I think your original characters all discovered, didn't you?
Yes, because he was turning himself into a lich.
He was indeed. So what you wouldn't know about the disaster bit, but you know she is a member of the aristocratic family from Magnamar. In 4704, Ziva purchased the Green Market, which had laid abandoned for several years after the untimely death of its previous owner. After a year of remodeling, she reopened the market, and it has seen some popularity and profitability and grown beyond her wildest dreams. Yeah. She allows merchants in the market to sell any common goods from food, clothing to jewelry and art. And obviously, it's something I will have to bear in mind going forward. She forbids the sales of weapons, armor, or magic. Because I think you've been buying stuff from there before.
Possibly had, yeah.
Actually, no, I haven't. No, I've just been putting in all the standard equipment in the Green Market.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, we'd best head south then. A lady has called for aid. I shall certainly respond.
Well,
Sure,
I'm
we
enjoying
can do that.
exciting new stuff I can learn here, so I'm in.
Yep, he put his name
Show
on a
you
piece
that
of
one again.
paper. I'm in.
Show you that one again. Not for any reason other than it's quite a pretty picture.
Mm.
I like people who write things down.
We're
I hope
heading
I hope you like the
there,
artwork.
aren't we?
I hope you like the artwork. I took me quite a time to type that in, get it working. I think so. Map of Corvus. You are headed. We said South Shore, didn't we?
Yeah, it's according to the map of Corvosa I've got, it's S18.
S18 is the Green Market. Is that not the Parthenon of many you've clicked on there, do you think?
I think
No, it can't be because obviously, no, the Parthenon of many is on the inner wall, isn't it? So you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think it is. That is it. That's where you're headed. The Green Market. Yeah.
Yeah, I think possibly that big tall structure is the Pantheon of Many, but the Green Market's kind of near the gate over there.
Yes, I agree. It's. I'd say this. Of course, on the yes, of course. I'm. My orientation's wrong. On the other map, we're looking that way, aren't we? Yes. Yes, you're quite correct. That tall structure would be the Pantheon, or yes, Pantheon is not Parthenon, and then Pantheon of Medis. Okay, the Green Market. Okay. So, an ill wind stirs whitecaps on the dark Yegger River, carrying with it a faint odour of spoiled meat. Travellers crossing Highbridge. Interesting, I can't see Highbridge. Oh, Highbridge is way over there. I wonder if it's saying that when you're meant to be over there. I don't know.
Because we can see it. Because we can see it.
Probably, yeah. Travellers crossing Highbridge into Corvosa grumble and pull their collars up against the cold. Past the sombre city gates is a sprawling square plaza. Oh, of course, it's a Shuby. You're coming into town that way. I forgot to change this bit of the adventure. Through the area, small clusters of people gather close together, stuffing their hands in their pockets as they engage in quiet conversation. Several guards hover around the edges of the plaza. A grey tabby rests nearby, its bright yellow eyes seemingly to watch over the.
Goody cat. I thought I saw a goody cat creeping up on me.
Mm.
I assume that big square out underneath the word South Shore on the map is the plaza.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Yeah. So, you have reached the plaza. There is a number of people walking by. Round. Trade going on. Things seem to calm down from the riots.
I'll go and give the tabby cat a scratch behind its ears.
Obviously quite enjoys that. It sort of nuzzles its head into you and allows you, really lets
And
you
then
get
I think,
good.
we need to approach one of the guards and say that we're looking for Zivo once we're in Idris Square.
Anyone and everyone who wants to make
Who wants to make what?
a notice check. Did I
Oh, a
cut
notice
out?
check.
Did I cut out really quietly? Sorry.
You did cut out really quietly.
Yeah,
do
we didn't
apologise.
notice you say that.
No, I'm too busy scratching the cat behind its ears.
Oh no, the cat and the guards are in separate positions, so you had to walk away from the cat to
Oh, right,
talk to
okay.
the guard. You see, but obviously you were still thinking about the cat. Obviously, that's the problem. Clearly. However, Vorka and Sassafras will notice. The guard explains that Ziva Foxglove told us that she had important guests coming. She assured us that she would know when they arrived in this square. Don't really understand it myself, but I suggest waiting here right up until she shows. Vorka and Sassafras, you did notice that as soon as Gastus mentioned Ziva Foxglove to the guard, the cat rose up on its feet and scampered off.
I'm betting that's her messenger.
Within a few minutes, a large-eyed woman in a green gown waves and then introduces herself by handing out cards bearing her name, Ziva Foxglove, and the address of the Green Market in South Shore. A cat bearing a striking resemblance to the one you were stroking the ears of walks alongside her. Did I forget to actually attach the image of her? I actually forgot to. There she is. Okay, so she's in the assets, so that's okay. I forgot to actually attach them to the.
Well, I shall give a gentlemanly bow to Ziva, and I will then bend down and scratch the cat behind its ears again.
There you go. That's Ziva. Right. She says, I owe you an explanation, but let us travel as we talk, for my market cannot do without me for long. I know it sounds ridiculous, but there are actually 3 disasters waiting to strike. Merchant walks briskly, slipping gracefully past the crowds and carriages.
3 disasters before breakfast.
It began after I heard about a Varisian caravan parked outside the city. The vagabonds had lost everything to bandits, and my marketplace is so profitable now, I can afford to share my bounty with those who those whom fate mistreat. This is why I let them talk most of the time now. It's much easier. Unfortunately, I haven't got this in audio. I can afford. I brought them some produce, and in return, their fortune teller offered me a harrow reading. Foxglove's rosy complexion pales. The spread foretold good fortune almost to excess, that is, until she turned up the Yellow Prophet, a legendary lost card, although I didn't know that then. Its appearance upset the soothsayer. She said the card required that 3 more cards be drawn, and she did so hastily, giving me hardly any insight. What I've since learned is that each of those cards portends a dark fate, a disaster. She produces a deck of cards from her hand. It seems the fortune teller was hiding something, so I obtained my own harrow deck and researched the card's meaning, but I am still in the dark, and my own auguries tell me that time is running short. I need brave investigators well versed in the arcane to determine where these calamities will strike, or failing that, track down that fortune teller so she can explain her strange behaviour.
I will turn to those that are more mystical in nature and see if I can get a nod from them before I just go ahead and agree, because I'm going to anyway.
Well, Sassafras is up for anything now.
Yeah, Vorka was kind of nodding along as she spoke, so you're not sure if he's nodding to say yes or nodding to say, or just nodding to like some internal tune.
Right.
I actually didn't study magic. I'm just a talk to a duck.
I'm sure we will be. There are those of us who are brave, and there are those of us who are knowledgeable about the occult. They may not be the same people, but I'm sure between us we can help you.
Don't want to ask any questions.
She
didn't necessarily tell you everything. Have you got any questions about the information she provided?
What were the 3 cards that were turned up?
Ha! Huzzah! I have to do that, I think. I have them here. Tarot cards can be tricky. An ominous card isn't always negative, and a cheery card can turn calamitous. Instead of relying on their traditional meanings, I am guessing the cards have connections to people or places in Corvosa. Maybe you can catch something I have overlooked. At which point, she shows you the 3 cards: the betrayal, the cricket, and the unicorn.
And they were drawn after the Yellow Prophet, yes?
Yes. Which is a lost card, apparently. Harrow deck.
Ah.
Oh, you said the Yellow Prophet. I've got a bit about that. Yes, a chilling card. Not one that appears in a standard Harrow deck. It depicts a fortune teller clad in black and yellow. My research says it signifies false presumptions and self-fulfilling prophecies. There's no copy of it in my current deck, but I'd love to find that fortune teller to study it in depth.
Self-fulfilling prophecies, huh? Yeah.
Hmm. So you've gleaned nothing yourself.
Vorka wishes to make an occult roll on those 3 cards to see if he can identify, I guess it would be 3 occult rolls, to see if he can identify what the base meaning is between each of those cards.
Now, can I give him an assist here with my occult?
Certainly.
Okay, let me.
I'll give an assist on the first one because it's an obsession.
I won't, because I don't want to bring Zalara out and ask her all about it. But we do have a really powerful fortune teller in my back pocket.
Okay, Sassafras is providing me with a +4.
Okie dokie. Well, let me see that. Well, let's see what we can tell you.
So how come you never told me about the cards then? Oh, shut up.
Okay, so you've got the betrayal. There's the betrayal. Got the cricket. This is more information. You know what I mean? The more traditional information, as it were. There's the cricket. If they're not sharing, let me know.
Like they're sharing.
You've got the unicorn. So the betrayal. This is a card that can either mean selfishness or self-sacrifice, or a choice between the two. Anyone want to try an academics or a common knowledge check? Common knowledge is at -2. Academics is unmodified for the record.
Oh, I failed both then.
Academic sassafras. Okie dokie. PC who succeeds at an academics or common knowledge check knows that the betrayal is also known as Vianamo's kiss amongst Corvosan Harrowers, after Lord Amris Viamero, the city's most infamous traitor. Only one building in Corvosa still bears his legacy, Traitor's Mews, a dilapidated manor in Old Corvosa.
Well, she did say that she believed it was something to do with locations in Corvosa, so that could be that.
Yeah, I think maybe starting there might be a good idea.
What about the others? Do we have any insight into the others? Or if I ask...
Anyone who wants to try a science or faith check? Vorka. The icons on the cricket cards are symbols of Desna, stars, moons, and planets, all of which figure prominently in the architecture of the Kendall Amphitheatre, the city's largest performance venue.
I will pass that information along. Probably something Leah would know as well, on the being a follower of one of the gods related to Desna, the dancer.
I'm almost there.
Uh-huh.
Aye, that's right. Aye. Didn't you your dancer?
Okay. Why
The
my
last one was
computer decided to broadcast this from the sofa?
Last one was the unicorn, wasn't it? Again,
Yeah.
you can try. You can make you can go for an academics or a common knowledge at -2.
I think I got the unicorn.
I think you got the unicorn. Um, taken I him.
What?
Anyway, okay. Knows that the Heights district noble knows that the Heights district noble foreigners flocked to a bed and breakfast called the Frisky Unicorn, hoping to catch a glimpse of the house drakes that nest in the turret.
Huh?
Well, we have some places to start looking at. I'm going to ask Zalara what she can tell us about the Yellow Prophet.
Where did they go, the Yellow Prophet? The Yellow Prophet. I don't think you're going to get an answer out on that one. I think it's the easiest answer there.
Okay.
Only because I can't remember if it's ever mentioned anywhere. I don't think it necessarily is. And if I find it later on, then obviously she'll whisper in your ear magically.
Mhm.
I must
Oh,
admit,
hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. So here's a question because I'm not really good at this whole kit tarot stuff. So what does it mean by misaligned cards? Can you?
Backwards.
Yeah. So with the cards, when she dealt the cards to you, were they dealt backwards?
I don't believe so. I don't think it was when they were dealt to her. No, it doesn't. Let's just say I'm not that pertinent information is not provided when I converted this adventure.
All right. Because obviously it changes the meaning of the card. That's all.
It does, yeah. I think you've got to assume. Yeah, I think you've got to assume. We're going to assume that they weren't misaligned. The other thing we should point out, I suppose, is of course if you notice the suits, 2 are crowns and 1's a key, isn't it? Which does have a. Let's have a look. There's the Harrow deck deluxe. So key is the key is associated with agility. So using the Savage Worlds terminology, and crowns are luck.
Mm.
There is actually something very interesting. I didn't notice it, but there is something about those 3 cards. They have something. They all have something in common. Long enough.
Fruit.
Fruit.
Could you reshare it for me, please? Thank you so much.
I'm a fool studying the meaning so intently I missed what's right in front of me. If this means that my marketplace in danger, I should return at once. But please keep investigating other possibilities. However, even though she says that, interestingly enough, she does offer to perform a bridged tarot reading called a choosing upon all of you to hopefully grant you luck and insight on your quest.
Well, not going to be one to turn down a Harrow reading.
Need all the
She
luck I can
isolates
get.
and shuffles 9 cards from a single suit. She chooses the suit books, since the Yellow Prophet is from that suit, and then prompts each of you to draw a card. I don't know if you guys can pick a card. One of you want to try picking? Oh, who picked? Okay. Okay. It's okay. It does tell me who you opened, and that's fine. So Erla opened the Wanderer. Okay.
Anybody else got
to
that earworm now?
got to make some notes, you see, on who draws what. So that's cool that you could draw the cards. It's just means I need to keep track of who drew what. So that was Vorka. Vorka. I couldn't remember. Vorka opened the Wanderer. Okie dokie. And then Sassafras. Would be nice if you actually say their own character names rather than you, but that's okay. Opened the Snake Bite here. Snake Bite. Please be my guest. You got the idiot. Castus opened the idiot. That just leaves Leia and Thaddeus, and then I'll draw one for E. Okay.
Well, that says a lot. I'm the joke and you're the idiot.
Thaddeus opened the Rakshasa, and Leia opened the Joker. Joke, rather. Okay, so that I will bear in mind.
Oh, that's a positive present. And you've got a positive future.
That's the location of the card in the 9-card spread.
If you're doing the full, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we go for the? So do I? Shall for character name for Aki? Do you want positive past, negative present, or negative future? You can all.
The second one, which would be negative past.
Negative past. Okay. So Aki gets the hidden truth. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. No one got the Wanderer. That's okay. No one got the Foreign Trader. The Joke.
The Wanderer, yes,
the
they
Wanderer
did.
was the first one
sorry.
drawn.
Walker got the Wanderer. Sorry. Okay, I just need to make a note, you see. Oops. I'm sorry. I just need to shortcut that because of, as you know, it's all very important when we do choose things, they always have an effect. So there we go. With a choosing done, she rushes back. She rushes back to her.
It went blank.
Mm-hmm.
She rush. I reset it and close. I've reset it. I've reset the deck.
Oh.
She gathers back up the cards, wishes you luck, and hurries back to the market to do her own investigations there to make sure nothing is happening. So, what's your plans? You identified 3 locations, didn't you? Based on the cards.
Yes.
You identified.
Where's the theatre?
Well, she has got to pay for this, then, isn't she?
I don't think that was ever discussed.
No, that wasn't mentioned at all.
Because you're a bunch of heroes and you want to save Corvosa, I think.
Yeah, I know, but that's
Well,
beside the
the Kendall Amphitheatre is the closest.
Then it sounds like that's where we're going first.
Okay. Okay, the Kendall Amphitheatre, located in Cliffside on the Shore District.
And then the frisky unicorn will be the next closest.
That changes the meaning.
It does a bit. And then, the place in Old Corvosa will be the furthest away.
Oh, I've just noticed some of the pins are missing. Kendall Amphitheatre, VO9. The Church of Abadar and a team of dwarven architects repurposed the massive sinkhole into a sprawling amphitheatre. Okay. Okay. So you're heading to the Kendall Amphitheatre. Okay, located in Cliffside near the South Shore District, the Kendall Amphitheatre is an architectural jewel in the Corvosa Crown. Of the multitude that flock there to see the plays, musical events, or non-violent competitions, so few are aware that the structure surmounts a massive sinkhole. Okay, as your investigation,
Can you tell us of the theatre, Mistress Leia? I presume that you have been here before.
Of course, I've performed here.
as
days.
Indeed. There is somewhere in here. Is it stage? No one drew the vision, did they?
No.
No, because that gives you a bonus. Oh, you can try a common knowledge check, though.
What do you want to know about the theatre? I used to work here.
Anything you can tell us?
Okay. Well, I will roll my common knowledge, and the GM will have to let you know what that is. Give me a moment.
Yeah, if you draw the vision, you'd got a bonus on this roll, but that's okay.
Does having worked there in the past give me a bonus?
Not really, because some of this stuff is sort of
Okay.
obscure and hidden for reasons that may or may not become. I'll give you the bonus. I'll give you a raise. So I'll give you a
Is
plus
there a
one
guy
bonus.
in a white half mask that lives there in the caverns underneath?
Oh, absolutely.
Plays the organ a lot.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. So, common knowledge, you don't get the +2 luck bonus, but I'll give you a +1 bonus for having worked there. You know that the pillars and buttresses near the auditorium's wooden base suggest that the theatre is ingeniously secured above a wide depression in the ground. The whole, you were told to believe you were led to believe, I should say, not told to believe, is the fabled Kendall Vault, a cave complex from which subterranean creatures used to emerge.
Ooh.
You get the you also know you also gives you reason to believe that the amphitheatre's long-standing ban on gladiatorial contests is in some way related to the fact that the cave complex where creatures used to emerge. So the idea was there is a theory that they ban gladiatorial contests. At least it would attract things from the. But anyway, this discussion is quite a short walk from that square to the amphitheatre. As you approach, you find the amphitheatre's many doors closed. But could I have some notice checks, please? I mean, obviously, when you try, you may find they're unlocked. I'm just saying, yes, you come up, it's all closed up. However, Thaddeus is obviously talking to his dark and gas. Yeah, everyone but Thaddeus is able to hear indistinct shouting and the sounds of combat emerging from.
You hear that?
What?
Fighting. There's fighting going on.
That's not allowed, isn't it?
It's not. This needs further investigation. Let's go.
That's just as bad as mentioning the Teldorian play in a theatre, isn't it?
Oh, not quite that bad in the way of look, but
I've got to give you one for that.
Well, then we should enter peaceably.
it's the preferable way to enter.
But prepared.
Is this the stage door?
That's the entrance to the amphitheatre, yes. So let me unlock tokens, because otherwise because you're so close to the end of the map, I can't see the ticks. So you should be able to get
all I
it.
see is black. Oh, wait. Oh, there we are.
Once you will get into this building here, but once you get in here, I'll lock movement, and then we'll deal with the description. But let's get you all in there first, so then I can lock the movement, and then I can tell. Okay, this area is filled with stage props, costumes, wigs, and stage weapons. Sorry,
you left people behind.
that's because they're not here yet. They can wait outside.
So that was the stage door then.
I think it was actually, yes. I apologise for saying it was the main entrance. It was the stage door. I was getting.
How do we get to the auditorium there?
It's that way.
It's not through a double door.
Well, actually, you can also get that way and that way, but this way's quickest.
You can pretty much go in. Basically, any of the doors you open will take you there, but those doors are the most direct, obviously. It will take you. Basically, those double doors will lead you to backstage.
Aha.
Pretty much exactly what I meant, so I'm pretty glad that I guessed that correctly.
Yeah. Did accept your movement, but I don't know what happened there. You sort of.
Yeah, I kind of went all gribbly.
Yeah. There's curtains everywhere, which you
That's
can walk
pretty
through. They
usual.
just block line of sight. Okay, as you get closer to the backstage area, the sound of fighting and indistinct shouting has become more clear. It's obviously coming from the other side of these doors, which
Are they doors
apparently
or
is the
curtains?
I
stage.
shall burst through. and
Onto the
see nothing.
stage. Okay. Okay, as you open the, I'm going to move everyone. I'm just going to put you onto the stage area as you burst through the doors and onto the stage.
Where there's
Ye-
nobody, apparently.
Oh, that's just okay. Burst through onto the stage. There we go. You see a group of 12 performers scrambling about the stage, rehearsing several scenes at once. Leia, you recognise them as the Andorian Chameleons, a troupe of tragedians and renowned for their powers of disguise. You also reckon they're doing a hectic rehearsal of the Gambler's Tragedy, which you did see some signs. Apparently, is opening tomorrow. There's a fight, a rapier fight. The noise you heard and the sound of combat is a rapier fight between Ham the Lesser and Flavicomos Maximus.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh,
in which case, I'm going to interpose myself between them, making them put up their blades with a shout of "Stop, gentles, pray!" I had
Hereby, the
intended not to
company.
intrude myself upon your notice in this
Well, they
effective
just-
but alarming costume. But under these peculiar circumstances, it is my bounden duty to tell you your proceedings will not be unwitnessed.
you can't not allow him to have his little moment of the GNS. It is out of copyright, and he misses the opportunity.
I'll just say his mother was right.
And
Okay.
everybody else seeing
Thereby,
that
the
image was a combination of Gaston and Wolverine. Sorry.
yeah, he is, isn't he? Nearby, the company's manager, Maestro Bellowskin, tugs his white top hat nervously. As you burst in singing, basically, Gastus, as you burst in singing, Maestro
Gastus.
Bellowskin spots you, leaps up, shrieking, "It's rehearsal!" startling the stage combatants and causing Han's sword to slip and graze Maximo's arm.
Well, as I said, I was interposing myself between them to make them put their swords up. May I make a fighting test to block so that the graze doesn't occur?
I don't think it really matters if he doesn't get wounded, so by all means.
So I shall prevent that.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about that. Just reminded me, I was sort of doing some hacking earlier and creating Tinker Gnomes, Savage Worlds, and I decided to call one of their abilities Slight Miscalculation. Which basically means that it's if they make it when you make a repair check, if you roll a natural 1 and the wild die fails, it counts as a critical failure.
Things go boom.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to connect the safety valve. But anyway, okay, you block it, so that's all very good. Meanwhile, the Bellowskin shouted, close rehearsal, get off that stage. However, then he does spot Leia, so he seems slightly mollified, I suspect. Or rather, Leia might have the ability to slightly mollify him.
I will certainly have a go at slightly mollifying him.
You can role play it or roll it, I don't mind which.
I will roll it.
Okay, he's obviously slightly distracted, being very happy by that. Now, who chose the idiot? Bastus chose the idiot.
I did.
You dude. Okay, okay. It's just that the vision and the idiot are useful when it comes to the choosings here. So when it comes, I'm just making notes for myself in advance. Okay, so Bellowskin cries that you nearly caused an utter disaster, since Maximo's sword arm is only stage-worthy part of the buffoon. However, your timely blocking there meant he saw his whole performance collapsing around his eyes, but Gastus stopped it at the last moment. Meanwhile, quarrels are breaking out over. I think Belliskin's obviously fearing the worst, and obviously before he realises that you did actually prevent it, he could just foresee the horror that would occur with the. Ooh.
Woosai.
In fact, this is one of those times where you can't do it. No, in fact, you cannot. I'm afraid, even though you rolled a success on you needed, I'm going to have to retcon that and say you absolutely needed a raise to prevent the injury. Only because the whole adventure doesn't work out. I hate that.
Okay.
Bad, right? However, so you minimise the. I'm going to say what happens is with your block, although fast and lips goes out quick, it prevents a severe skewering of Flaximos, arm. But however, it does. No, it's a mispronunciation. However, unfortunately, it is still a wounding, and it does produce quite a large amount of blood.
What kind of idiot practices on stage with a real blade? Even in fencing practice, we would use blunted blades, practice swords. Oh, good Lord, man! Somebody bandage! Get a bandage for this fellow.
So it goes, but Maximus' arm is the only stage-worthy part of him. Oh, this is it. This is all over. The play will have to end. Well,
Seems a little melodramatic. Do you not have an understudy?
No. Well, no one else. Oh, dear. And Bellowskin keeps looking at Gastus going,
Perhaps you would be able to assist here.
Well, I mean, some mask powder. We could make him look. He's got the beard. He's got the moves. Bit of mask powder. We could disguise it. We could make him look like Maximus.
Actually, he's quite charismatic. I'd find. I've been travelling with him for some time. I think he would go well on the stage.
Excuse me?
Or you could just heal Maximus, of course.
I'm finding
let's just put a bandage on it. I'm sure it'll be. No. There's still red stuff coming out.
Has anybody got a healing skill here?
Majenko.
You do have a cleric and you do have Majenko.
Cool.
There we go. Okay, so obviously, yes, I need
Good
Gastus to make a notice check. Due to the fact that you had the vision, you get a +2 bonus on this.
Oh, so that's a 6.
Mm.
But you know what? Let's see if we can get a raise, shall we? Our survey says no.
Indeed not. When Bellowskin was talking about mask powder, you happen to notice that even while bleeding, well, actually, obviously, Vorka was healing him at the time. Flavikomos, I should say, Maximos, appeared to have seemed to sort of look away and sort of had a slightly guilty shuffling, sort of at the whenever anyone mentions mask powder.
What is mask powder, Leia?
It's stage makeup.
It's stage makeup. It's an unremarkable powder that resembles chalk or powdered graphite.
Stops the lights making your skin shine.
I'm going to say that you do know. Have a common knowledge with a +2 bonus, Leia.
Well, I've actually got some on me.
You?
Yep.
Oh, my bonus box isn't working. Is anybody else's?
Yeah, fine.
It's okay, just roll. We can add a 2 on.
Yeah, I carry it with us.
There you go. It's a raisin.
Yes, so basically, yeah, it's unremarkable chalk dust, sometimes powdered graphite. Whenever the actors sprinkle it upon themselves, it enables them to look completely different. Lasts for up to 2 hours.
Okay.
Sassafras, you're allowed to make an occult roll, so's for.
That sounds like magic.
It does sound like magic.
Yeah, so I carry some with me because, just in case I'm feeling a bit pale, you know what I mean? So, make my cheeks rosy.
Mm. You probably just have normal makeup. You probably don't have mask
No,
powder.
it's not that. It's just I don't want to get sunburn either.
They will indeed. But that's all very good. Yes, it's very good stuff.
And if anybody wants
That's
to
the rest
disguise
know what it
themselves,
is.
yes, I've got all the brushes and that for that. I've got a wigger too.
I say, dear fellow, I'm going to assume that he's shuffling his feet because of something different. I'm sure he didn't really mean that the only thing that you're good for is your sword arm. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't have hired you to be on stage just because. Well, to be perfectly honest, if you couldn't get out of the way of what he was stabbing, you're not that good with your sword arm either. But so there must be another reason he hired you.
You're as subtle as a brick through a window.
Well,
Oh, I've done that. That's not subtle at all.
why, thank you, Master Vorka.
I
Thank you also, of course, for
Sassafras,
tending to the gentleman here.
Sassafras has a different suspicion. What's the cost to change a trapping on one of my powers?
1 PowerPoint, isn't it? Or is that
Yeah.
fantasy? Or is that? I get the 2. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, no, that's available here. Adaptable caster.
I don't think it used to be an edge, but now I think it's just the PowerPoint, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes, I'm thinking of the one I really like that's in the Fantasy Companion. Is you can spend extra PowerPoints to cast a spell as a free action or something, isn't there? There's hasty caster or something.
To change my burst power to a blast of water, it would cost me 1 PowerPoint.
Extra, yeah.
Okay, because I want to hit whatever with a blast of water, a burst of water.
He's not dead.
suspect-
He's not
I
dead by any
suspect
chance, is he?
he's got makeup on that's hiding something about him.
He's not dead by any chance, is he?
Well, that's why I'm going to hit him with a burst of
Well,
water.
I'm just asking because I might know.
Because
No,
if
he's
it
not
was-
dead.
You guys jump to interesting conclusions, not that it's
Well, I'm-
somebody else or anything.
Oh, look, we've summoned an ankeg.
A what?
Well, you're all arguing, so I just thought I'd just move him until someone noticed.
Can I be heard?
No, you didn't notice it.
Yes, you can.
You've been too busy gassing.
Oh,
You haven't
hell?
noticed.
If I
That
hurt,
looks like a scorpion.
if I hit Flavocomus with a burst of water,
Okie
Looks like
dokie.
a scorpion mated with a
try to
frog.
wash any makeup off because I suspect that he's hiding something under this magic makeup.
Crawly things, look out!
Right, Sassafras, you can certainly do so now.
No, they don't. They take us by surprise.
Okay, yeah, you hit him full in the face with the water.
But we've all been surprised, so we all get an adventure card.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Okay.
They all moving them in case till somebody notices. I'm saying nobody notices.
So I hit him with the blast of water, and what happens?
He gets very upset because you made him very wet.
Well, I did it suddenly.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Gastus, you're up, sir. Actually,
Right,
if you're
well,
hang on, if you're all acting surprised, then I'm going to go back to the start of
Yeah.
the round, and I get to go first, don't I?
You do. I'm going to give this card to Thaddeus, and Thaddeus can give me a card back.
Yeah, I should actually probably look at what cards I've got. Thinking about it. Might be a sensible thing to do.
They're noisy buggers, aren't they?
That
Okay,
seems
right, that
appropriate for
misses.
you.
Okay, you
Oh, I
So
say, where did they come from?
round. Sassafras gets to go first.
I thought they were a very convincing prop.
So the blast of water didn't wash off makeup and reveal anything.
No, at this point, it should be pointed out that the various NPCs are running and screaming in chaos all over the place.
So where did they come from?
They came up out of the ground. Summoned by the blood.
So are they bad or are they neutrals?
Oh, bad.
They're
very,
bad.
very bad.
They're bad.
And it's my turn.
It is your turn.
Seems to be trying to eat me.
As you can imagine, the actors and everyone else just runs off the stage as quick as they can.
Yeah.
Through these. Okay, Sassafras casts Bolt of Green Lightning at Ankeg number 1.
And got it with a raise.
And got it with a raise. Roll for damage. I can only find children screaming, but that's meant to be the actors screaming. I could try crazy screaming. No, that's not very good, is it? I don't like that. Anyway, okay, that is 3 wounds. Don't think I can do much against that, but we'll try. I'll spend 1 more. Oh, nearly got the raise. No. You fry that one to bits.
And I just, and the Janko gonna fly at the other one and try to bite it.
Okie dokie. There we go. I'll target it for you because I'm nice like that. When he's that small, he's always going to get the raise, isn't he? As long as he hits, I mean. Shakes it.
And I think we've done as much damage as we could here.
Brings us to Gastus.
Come round here. And first I shall make a lunge, my rapier.
Okie dokie. I've been very terrified. Well, that, yeah.
And I shall have him move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I shall step 1 further. So there are more of the blighters. And do a very foolish throwing of a shuriken. It's probably not going to hit, but we'll give it a go anyway. Oh, it hit! Hurrah!
It's because you're Ring of the Skillful.
But it didn't hurt it. Never mind.
And yes, Wild Soul.
Yeah, move 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Yeah, 3 to the left, 3 to the right to move Gastus out of the way and then duck back behind him again. We'll fire an arrow at missing.
Problem, and then brings us to Vorkar.
Vorka will step up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the edge of the stage. I will. What am I doing? I will throw my knife. Oh, is that medium range? I will try it anyhow. And my knife sticks into the stage next to him. Oh well.
The knife probably hits the stage there, probably.
Yeah.
Good throw, yeah. Good throw. Brings us to Leia.
That's not how you do it. Ah, there they are. I better run then. What's that? I can't even Benny a running roll.
You can in my games because you know I like players spending bennies.
Oh, cool. Better.
If you roll the one the second time, you get to add them together to get a 2.
You're very kind. Okay, I'm going to take a flying leap off the stage, assuming I've got enough distance, and pounce on it. Oh, easily enough. Can I get that one instead? I can get to that one, which nobody else is anywhere near. Take a flying leap off the stage, somersault, and land in a clawing attack.
Just need an athletics check to land in your superhero landing pose. No problem. Ooh. I mean, it won't. I mean, all that will happen is all I'm going to say is you don't land perfectly, so I'm going to make you distracted on your attack roll. That's all I'm thinking. Yeah, because because it's quite a long way down. If you look out, that stage is quite a long way down, so you sort of land badly. So then your attack isn't as perfect. But you either be distracted or you can re-roll your athletics. It's up to you. I don't mind.
I've got nimble faller.
Oh, you got nimble faller. Then I'll what does that give you out of interest?
Cat.
Land on their feet even when they take damage from a fall.
Oh, well, in that case, I will let you off completely.
And I'm now pouncing, which I cannot remember what that actually does to the attack.
It's a wild
So
attack.
I'm looking.
The wild attack with an extra +2 damage.
Should factor in if I find.
You've got an opposed effect.
Yeah, when I
my
find
finger's working now. Isn't that weird?
POUNCE, put pounce in, and then do that. There we go, and we turn that one. There we go. Off you go.
I'm going to fix that if I get SVN access.
Bye-bye, little thing.
I hardly ever get to use bennies. Oh, doesn't matter. Actually, I didn't realise. I thought they could take 2 wounds. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have wasted the benny. Oh well. I'm going to be evil and give myself the benny back for wasting it.
Not evil, that's fair.
I'm going to run. It doesn't even reach you. Ah, well, I'll just have to spit acid at you.
How rude! Hey, that's my favourite dress! That's my only dress!
Oh, you're okay. You obviously avoid the acid hit, but it's basically the shock that you nearly lost your only dress. Gastus. Oh, why is Walker on hold?
I don't know.
Let's take Walker off hold. There we go. Gastus, you're up, sir.
Right, I'm going to leap off the stage.
If you fail, you will be distracted because you
I'm
can't
fine
land
with
on
that.
your feet.
However, I think I do.
I think you do. A perfect somersault.
And
Errol Flynn, eat your heart out.
absolutely, I'm going to do the complete opposite of flinning. Because I want my rapier to actually hit.
And you hit. And that's a wound. And I know I'm not going to waste it. Well, actually, I have one wound. I could waste that Benny on, couldn't I? Oh, how loud. What is it about me to... Well, there we go.
You know, I'm all for Varisma in the theatre, but really...
Ah. Okay, as you can imagine, protecting the chameleons from the ankheads, makes the actors a lot more amenable and friendly towards you. They sort of come back onto the stage when they see the defeated creatures. They all clap magnificently. So there we go. Congratulations.
Sassafras takes a big bow at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll bow too. I should investigate where these came from. I mean, it's not exactly usual for the stage to be infested by such things.
You
Well,
said
if
there
you-
were rooms of tunnels beneath the theatre.
Yeah, they would have come from downstairs.
Yeah, do you remember the ban on gladiatorial combats in the amphitheatre? Blood was spilled.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I forgot it actually matters that blood has to be spilled, because that was one of the because you've obviously got to, that would have been one of the disasters, obviously, the monsters coming out and eating the actors.
You'd think that it just blocked the holes, but yeah.
It's a sinkhole. I think they tunnel
I
through
hate to
this.
say it, but
There's a problem.
what
I
happened-
think you'll probably find there's a hole under the stage, but they tunneled up.
there's a hole in that plot, because let's face it, you've got to assume that nobody in the entire audience is ever having a period.
I suspect it's something to do with a curse, and it was weapon drawing blood, wasn't it, or something?
There we go. Mystical curse, everything's
Oh,
fine.
wizard done it. That's the answer.
Wizards did it, yep.
Wizards did it.
Wizards done it, yeah.
Let's recommend they go to just using blunted practice blades rather than real ones for the actual show, just in case.
Hello,
Mhm.
boy, howdy. We will celebrate the new year with flowing bennies. Thank you.
Hurrah!
Okie dokie. Actually, in fact, you
Yeah,
say
so
that
what
just
happened.
reminds
The
me of
big
the
wizard done it
line.
and ran away.
Indeed, that just reminds me of a line. I rewatched South Park the movie the other day, and it's like I can't. You know, the teacher that's always okay.
Mhm.
He comes up with a line why he does. He basically, you can't trust women. Anything that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die should not be trusted.
Mhm.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Terribly un-PC comment, that one, but it only sprung to mind because you said it, otherwise I wouldn't have mentioned it. I do not condone it, of course. Now, there you have defeated the Ankhegs, and the troop are back and very grateful and very friendly and willing to help you in any way and possibly answer any of your questions.
Have there been any other strange occurrences around the theatre?
No, indeed not. Fortunately. Ask you the right question.
You've never done a play called The King in Yellow by any chance, have you?
No, again, not that. But yeah, because I still think you can hear in the background. You can still hear Bellow. Still hear Bellowskin talking to a couple of the others, going, I still think if we pop some mask powder on that fencing fellow there, we might be able to get a more dramatic thing. Let's have some notice checks from everyone apart from the sneezing.
No
daddies.
masks. No masks. I shall not go to Lost Carcosa.
Noise.
Yet again, apart from Thaddeus, who's too busy sneezing because the duck feather went up his nose. The rest of you, however, again, you notice that old Maximo, or young Maximo, I should say, Maximos, Flavicomos, why do I get his name wrong? Flavicomos Maximus, again, flinches and sort of shies away, looking guilty at the mention of mask powder.
Okay. What is it about the mask powder? You know something. Tell us.
Are you going to be persuasive or intimidating when you ask him this?
I'm going to be persuasive.
Okie dokie. They are helpful
leave
towards you. They are
intimidation
helpful
to somebody
towards you, which means there's no penalties anymore.
That's a bit pathetic.
Note.
He really wants to tell me though.
Indeed. Okie dokie. I'll definitely allow the use of that card for that. I'm just checking if anyone. This one. No. So, stage. I lost my place. It would appear that the reason that Flavicomos is acting a bit funny is he obviously the mask powder is very important, all that, but he sold their last packet of the troops' mask powder earlier today to a Varisian fortune teller.
Oh, really?
Who repeatedly asked if the magic of the powder could make it appear. Oh, okay, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this one, so.
Kadiran.
Kadiran, there we go. Oh, someone just disconnected.
Nationality.
It is.
I think it was me. I think Fantasy Grounds just crashed on me.
That's
What
a terrible
was the
thing to happen.
nationality of the person who told our fortune earlier?
Varisian.
Okay.
But the person that told her fortune
Was Varisian as well.
Hmm.
Gone. Oh, there we are. I lost. I think I've lost the module. I have. I've obviously forgot to. Accidentally deleted the module. Oh, there it is. Looks like it's my version of it. Yeah, that must be my version of it rather than the official one. Wanted to get my map of the inner sea up, but I can't. Okay, SVM. Pathfinder, Savage Pathfinder map of sea. Hang on, isn't that part of? That isn't a separate module. That's part of the core rules, isn't it?
Era is the gateway to the east, isn't it? It's
It is, yeah.
1001 Nights.
Yeah, it is. I've lost the map. Annoying. I've lost my map to the whole of world. Modules.
You know what you need? You need a whole
Large
new
map.
world, whole new different point of view.
Okay, 15.6 megabytes. That's ridiculously big. That's rather large. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to campaigns. I know it's a very big quality map. Then I'm going to go to Curse the Crimson Throne.
Yeah. So I was working with a publisher. He sent me a map and he said, "Is this big enough for Fantasy Grounds?" And it was 18,000 pixels square.
Has this person ever used Fantasy Grounds?
No.
Clearly.
No.
Oh, the good old days when you had to try and make them 1,000 by 1,000.
Very professional.
So now I'm looking for Curse the Crimson Throne. Then I'm going to images. Then I'm going to run the batch convert. Okay. 7,200 pixels by 9,000 pixels. Well, that's not compiling it. Come on. Oh, it might not work because it might. Oh, there we go. Okay, I reduced this file size by 66% by turning it into a WebP. Wonderful stuff. Go back to assets. Reset.
Guys, don't forget, it's still got to be under 4x4.
I know.
Or you'll get your wrist slapped.
Oh, this is in a module. There you go. Right. Yeah, there you are. There we go.
No. I just went to pick up my glasses and instead I dropped them on the floor.
Clearly, when I said we shouldn't mention the Taldoran play, I was just a little too far to the north.
Yes, indeed. Finding Taldoran amulets. Actually, I haven't actually.
Play?
Stolen lands. Oh, the River Kingdoms are further north. Oh, yeah, the River Kingdoms. Quite funny, actually. I like Kingmaker, but I actually find all the bloody kingdom bit, the bit that's frustrating. I want to just get on with the adventure, not having to go back to town.
Breathe.
Sorry. Anyway, yes. So yeah, apparently he's someone who is basically sold it to a Varisian fortune teller who repeatedly asked if the magic could make her appear Kodorian.
Now, why would somebody want to appear Kadiran?
Oh, bloody hell. Sorry.
It has to be said, actually, Favi Komos obviously sold his last a bit of mask powder. However, Bellowskin, as a way of thank you, rewards you with a pack of his final pack of mask powder, unaware that Flavia Komos has sold his other one. It's in the party sheet right now. They call it mask powder. You would probably call it dust of illusion. It's there for someone to steal. But congratulations, you have successfully dealt
with the issues here.
With the issue here. Got a piece of useful information.
Well, you're the theatrical type, Mistress Lear. Perhaps you should have this mask powder.
Yeah, because you've performed. Can you? You could act the part. I mean, it makes you look the part, but I suppose you have to have a certain degree of grace to pull it off.
I'm a gnome. It'd be hard to make us appear a whole lot.
I've got my headset on now.
The mask powder that we've just been given, we're saying that you should have because you're the theatrical type.
Thank you. I shall take that.
Yeah, it changes your appearance, but you've got to have some degree of grace to pull it off.
Besides, I can apply it to other people. I have experience in all departments. One tends to wear many hats in the theatre.
So Augustus.
Don't they fall off? Got them too many stacked up.
Augustus has used his choosing.
My dear.
Augustus has used his choosing.
Augustus is what now?
I've used my choosing, apparently.
Oh.
It just makes my life easier if I just get rid of the ones that I don't need anymore, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because you've actually got a full disguise kit on us.
Well, now you've got one that's basically even better. It's the dust of illusion is obviously perfect, isn't it? Because it's magical in nature, unless you're hit with anti-magic field. Than just the normal makeup and disguises. Well, from my calculations, that you have potentially averted the disaster. Well, don't forget, it was meant to be self-fulfilling, weren't they? So it's an interesting one. If you hadn't turned up at the Kendall Amphitheatre, the thing that summoned the ant eggs wouldn't have happened, which is interesting. But you did get some pertinent information. Yeah.
Yes, the fortune teller's up to something.
So you've still got, based on the information you had earlier, you still have the Frisky Unicorn and Traitor's Muse. I think you worked out you were going in the opposite orders the way I posted them, weren't they? That Traitors is the last visit.
The Frisky Unicorn is on the western side of Corvosa. If we take the road up towards Old Town, which is where Traitor's Muse is, we'll go past the Frisky Unicorn.
It is, I believe. Is it H10?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, my pin's missing for H10 for some reason. Interesting. Guide to El Cavosa, guide to Cavosa.
Yes, it's H10. Sorry, my map of Corvosa that I had up in a different window, I'd hit a button and it had changed to the Grand Duchy of Karamakos, which wasn't very helpful.
Yeah. So H10 is the Frisky Unicorn. Yeah.
Do I know anything about the Frisky Unicorn, having worked as a bouncer and door guard in various pubs and inns and such like of Corvosa?
The rooms of this comparatively low-priced, the heights, inn affords breathtaking views of Conqueror's Bay. Also, as it's also was ascertained earlier, it's also very popular due to the list of house strikes on its route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, yeah, you'd also know for wealthy visitors, a stay at the Frisky Unicorn in Citadel Crest is a must, if only to catch a glimpse of the famous house drakes who roost in the lodge's turret.
Maybe we should send Majenko to have a chat with the house drakes there and see if anything's a bit been strange before we arrive.
It can fly on ahead of you, but you'll probably still reach. You'll probably still get there before, unless you're going to wait around a while. You'll still get there probably before he gets back.
Yes, but he can meet us on the way back.
And I'll instruct Majenko to go see if he can find this house drake and talk to them and meet us at the unicorn thingy.
Indeed, Rooney, no problem at all. He flies off.
And then are we going to start going in that direction?
Well, yeah, we're probably going to take the main road up through Cliffside towards Castle Corvosa, and then the main road through the heights towards the unicorn. So he can meet us. He can fly back to us along one of those main roads and find us easily.
Yeah, so that's what we've instructed him to do.
Okay.
And we're going to start moving in that direction.
Okay, you as you continue heading up towards the Frisky Unicorn, by your estimate, you reckon Majenko should be back by now. Can I have some... As you're getting closer to the Frisky Unicorn, you hear a cacophony of shrieks and growls coming from within. I'd like a notice check as well.
If I can get a raise. No, I can't. Nope, that can't be good.
That didn't work. Why didn't that work?
Because Sassafras is looking for Majenko.
No,
Should probably notice more.
I remember why didn't my dice
Indeed.
work?
Basically, as you head up to the Gilded Unicorn, you do see that further over in Midland area, there seems to be the largest concentration you've ever seen of imps and house drakes engaged in an aerial conflict. You suspect, unfortunately, Majenko got swept up in that and thus is not able to tell you what's going on. However, there is a cacophony of shrieks and growls coming from within the Frisky Unicorn.
Every place we show up, there's all kinds of weird noises happening when we get there.
Indeed. In fact, who got a raise? Sassafras. Oh, hang on. Does anything? Who gets anything in the? Who gets choosings in the Frisky Unicorn? Applies
I'm all
here.
about being terrified.
Joke applies here. I think it's just Leia who I need to worry about when we're here. Yeah.
Oh, that's worrying, considering the joke's all about being terrified.
Mm.
Okie dokie, the Frisky Unicorn. Yeah, so Sassafras, you also hear, as well as all the screams and shouts and squawks and going on within the building, you also hear a large argument emerging from the kitchen. However, of course, you will be arriving at the front there. And I'll get rid of Majenko because he unavailable at this time. I shall also give
And I'll
assist
let the others
and
know I
Aki.
heard an argument in the kitchen. I don't know what the rest of it is, but
I shall basically have
can you
you.
make out what they're arguing about?
I shall have you standing at the entrance to the Frisky Unicorn lobby.
And we
Okay.
can hear arguing going on in the main room.
Is
with
it
all-
arguing though? He said funny noises.
It's in
Hmm.
the kitchen. Well, no, I heard. That's what I told you. I hear argument happening in the
Cacophony
kitchen.
of shrieks and growls from within. Here, as you approach, a tiny dragon darts out of a window in the turret before flying into another one of the before basically flying down into a window, a floor below, and then the shrieks and crashes start anew.
Okay. Can we peek through these doors here?
Well, they're the doors to the lobby. The spacious lobby features comfortable couches and tables laden with refreshments. Guests are obviously lounge on the couches, speculating idly what could basically as you wander in, the conversation seems to be around what on earth could have the house drakes so upset, while servants are looking towards the kitchen. Some of the more fanciful theories you hear as you approach is that basically some magical curse has caused all house drakes in the city to attack people not of Corvosa. It's obviously tied into the rioting that took place the other day. Other week, I should say.
Are any of the people who are talking about the kitchen indicating by gesture or otherwise which doors the kitchen doors are? I mean, are they these ones over here?
Oh no, the kitchens are down the back.
Down there. All right, then let's have a look that way.
Are there any Kadirans in here?
Quite possibly. There will be people from all over.
Not that I'm wanting to racially profile or anything, but
although someone says that's not the case. You know what it is? Oliver Cadmion, who Augustus you would recognise as the owner of the Frisky Unicorn, has obviously decided to start charging the dragons rent.
well, that would certainly be a way to annoy them, I imagine.
Yep. You also notice a stack of flyers for the green market is lying on one of the tables in the lobby.
Hmm.
Pardon me. Excuse me.
See, you can open any of the doors you wish to.
I'm going for the cacophony, so I'm listening out for it. Have I gone past it yet? Or is it
Oh,
up
that's a
ahead of me?
good. That's a good. There's probably a
You can't say that word, can you?
cacophony. I can. There's definitely noise coming from the door right in front of you.
Okay, then I'll open it.
You open it.
I'm going to grab this stack of flyers and just have a quick look at them.
It's just adverts for the green market. This room, the door you've opened appears to be one of the bedrooms. It is adorned with fine silk sheets and furniture imported from Irison. House drakes occasionally dart into this room, and literally, as you open the door, a house drake is in here, tearing the room apart. It's ripping drawers out of the dressers, blankets off the bed, and it's scattering the belongings to what you assume will be a guest all over the place. As you sort of step into the room, it appears to have finished demolishing the room and flies out of the window. When I say open window, I don't mean the window was nicely opened. I meant the broken glass.
Okay. I'm going to rush back. I can't go further than that because Sassafras is there, unless I can just leap over Sassafras.
Of course you can.
Okay, great stuff. The drakes are smashing into the guest room windows and trashing the rooms.
Yes, apparently they're being charged rent and they're rioting as a result. I'm not entirely sure that's true.
Well, I was
Okay.
assuming that one of the people sat at these tables peaceably might react to their belongings being trashed, but if that's not the case, then so be it.
As you open the doors to the dining room, you find a number of guests are taking cover under the tables here, while servants hold a whispered conversation about what to do about the argument taking place in the kitchen. As you stride through the room to that door there.
Just passing through.
the door there, you can see that's the kitchen opposite that, the dining room.
I will burst into the kitchen.
Burst into the kitchen. Does anyone else wish to burst into the kitchen with Gastus at exactly the same time? Because you can.
Not exactly the same time, but I will, after having done that and realise that everyone doesn't care about their stuff, I'll go back down there. So I'll be a little behind Gastus, probably.
This well-appointed kitchen is in disarray. Several nervous cooks and other kitchen workers linger at the side of the room, watching the loud argument unfolding in front of them. Basically, it appears that two chefs are bickering over how Lady Qualstare should be served.
What is wrong with everybody?
From the conversation going on, you ascertain that one of them, Loman, is the frisky unicorn's cook, and the other, Craig, is Lady Qualstare's personal chef.
Okay.
Upon seeing you arrive, the Loman rushes out through the other set of doors to the south, to basically shouting he's going to fetch the owner, having seen you burst into the kitchen, while Craig surreptitiously asks, "Are you here about the beasties?"
We came in because of the noise. What is going on?
If you were to ask me, I would say that Lady Qualstare would be best served roasted with an apple in her mouth. But what beasties were you talking about?
Okay. So I'm just rereading something. I'm just rereading something here.
Is it a timbery beastie?
Okay, he says, contrary to what everyone says, judging by the amount of noise being created, I'm fairly confident that one of these so-called hellstrikes here is a full-size dragon. With that, you hear a loud crash and bang. There's obviously a floor. Obviously, this is the ground floor. There's obviously floors. I'm going to say there's definitely floors above this where you can hear chaos and carnage happening above.
If it is a full-size dragon, I think you'll find it's very far away.
After about another minute, Loman, the chef, the resident cook, returns with the frisky unicorn's proprietor, Oliver Cadmion. He goes, the people from the academy. Right, my dragons are normally docile, but something has agitated them, and they're now flying into guest rooms and tearing apart their belongings. So far, no one has been hurt, but I'm worried these creatures may become violent or worse. Move out, which would be a disaster. Okay, so as we agreed, I'm offering I'll offer you the agreed reward if you can calm the creatures without killing them or driving them away.
I must say we're not from the academy.
Doesn't mean we can't do the job and get the reward, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I was going to point out that we are duly appointed representatives of the Corvosan Guard, he says, gesturing to his medal, and we will certainly do what we can. Do you know what caused the problem with the dragonlings in the first place?
Yes, when did it start?
There wasn't a fortune teller around by any chance, was there?
Okay, has the GM accidentally muted himself?
No, the GM is reading things ahead because there's three things going on at once, and I'm making sure.
Wheel of death over him.
Yeah.
That's all fine.
So, what was your question? I was reading and I've forgotten what you asked.
Which you are you talking to there?
Yeah. I asked when did it start. He asked
this morning. First thing this morning. And no Varisian fortune tellers have been in the premises. I think that was your other question, wasn't it?
Well, I actually said fortune tellers just in case they might have been looking Kadiran, but yeah.
Yeah, point taken. Yes, okay. In the meantime, obviously, as you're discussing this conversation, Craig has basically decided that he's not needed here. He's going to mutter something about seeing to Lady Quellstare and wanders out.
He's a bloody good seeing too.
Remember, roasted apple in mouth.
Well, I think I'm going to go and see if I can calm these drakes down. What have I actually got that might help?
By the way, I've heard you're about to start charging them rent. Is that true?
Absolutely not. Hmm.
Well, I know times are hard. We've got to make a coin or two somehow. What's the quickest way up to the tower?
The probably there's. I would say there's 2 flights of stairs. There's obviously the servants' flight of stairs at the back here, and also the other flight. There was another flight of stairs at the front.
The servant stairs are always going to be the quickest way. After you, Mr. Slayer.
Thank you. Where are the servant stairs? That way, okay.
No one got foreign trader, did they? No. I shall move you.
No portals on
Obviously, basically, no. I'm just waiting on a possible response.
Uh-huh.
That's absolutely fine. Right. Basically, as you go up a flight of stairs, the first floor or second floor, depending on which side of the pond you want to be on. But anyway, the floor above the ground floor is in chaos. There, basically, the doors are open. You hear crashing and banging coming from all areas, and you head on up. And I'm going to move you. I'm going to move you all. You're in the route. You're basically up in the turret. By default, some of you. Oh, hang on, I forgot to lock tokens there. No, someone zoom off there. Okay, and then I can, if I do a view sync plant view, that should get you a turret view, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You've climbed up to the top of the building, and obviously you've reached the stairwell, and outside is the turret. So, remind me what joke. Ah, yes. Okay, that's fine.
What in the name of Cadence for Luminous Sack is going on here?
Designed to emulate Castle Corvosa's Sea-Watch Tower, this turret is cramped but has a high ceiling with wooden rafters crisscrossing overhead. Slim windows offer breathtaking views of the city and beyond. Obviously, this is once you get inside. The furnishings are covered with drop cloths, which are themselves bedaubed with many seasons' worth of dragon droppings. And Jimmy Munker says the bennies must flow. So they do.
Are there many drakes floating around in here?
Well, actually, there's none in here at all where you are. Obviously, you can step through the doors into the turret main.
First house.
Oh, there you go. Well done, Vorka.
A what? Well,
Egg. They're dragons. They have eggs. They nest. They live here.
oh, yes. But they can speak. Why have they just not asked about it rather than gone? Excuse me, dragons. Dragons. Are you missing an egg by any chance?
And I have notice checks, please.
Oh, he said.
Oh, from everyone
dragons, so I
except
can-
Gastus. Because Gastus.
Can I get up there? Too sweet.
Oh hell yeah, I notice.
Oh, yes, you
Well,
do,
a lot
Leia.
of error messages.
Leia. Where has it gone? You on the uppermost stair as you're about to step up, you notice what appears to be a shattered.
Uh-oh. Let's have a closer look at it. Is it shattered as in it's hatched, or shattered as in there's a corpse, or something in between? What exactly am I seeing here?
That's a good question. Back down there to get the description. Oh, actually, that the stairs in the southern head down to the storage cellar, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's my version. It looks like it was about the size of a chicken egg with brown speckles and a leathery surface.
Okay, still same.
You
question.
can make an occult check or a survival check at -2.
I'm right behind her.
One of these. So,
Sassafras is
Okay.
right behind you, but yeah, if you point it out to Sassafras.
sassafras. What do you make of this?
That is most definitely Sassafras knows what they look like. That is most definitely a house drake egg.
I still want to know whether or not we have a house drake baby corpse here. That should be obvious without a difficult roll.
Yes, no, but it was to identify the egg. No, the eggs that are too fresh. I don't think there's no description of corpses, so I think they might be freshly laid eggs. So you know what I mean. If there's an embryo in there, which there probably was, it might be not noticeable to naked eye or unfortunately squashed.
If you drop a chicken's egg on the floor,
Yeah.
regardless of what the contents is, the contents is apparent.
Yes, in that case, it would be apparent, I imagine.
So it is apparently what?
There was an embryo in it.
There's an
An
embryo in
embryo,
it.
so it's now dead.
Yes.
Bollocks. Thank you.
Okay, now Thaddeus, what you notice as you enter into the room is up on one of the banisters is a fledgling house drake, still sitting in a nest, staring at you. You're no longer shaking, Leia. Are you moving on from the stairs, Sassafras and Leia?
Yes. Which way's up? Is it? Oh. It keeps throwing up error messages, but alright, it's just throwing up error messages a lot. I can't even get to my character.
Like that, without the apostrophe. Very useful command, that.
Every time I hover my mouse over my character's icon, a page full of error messages open. I don't even click anything.
Now,
Okay.
I
Nope,
suspect.
same's happening.
I don't know what's going on there.
Now,
Handler error string core RPG scripts manager actor display attempt to index local climb image.
Type
using
console.
data.
Type this /console skip. It will suppress the console popping up all the time. The errors will still occur, but you won't see them.
yeah, cut the engine warning light off, and it fixes it.
I'm going to just put everyone in the room because
So
I'm
I
nice.
don't know if it understands me, but that's what I'll say to the fledgling and hope it calms down a bit.
Okie dokie. Suddenly, from the other corner of the room, as Gastus moves over, as you move round the corner, from the other corner of the room, basically the power of speech is gone.
Like a griffin.
Hippogriffin.
It bears the wings, 4 legs, and head of a great raptor bird and the tail of a magnificent horse. It comes bounding towards you.
Whoa there.
Okay, well, I believe animal handling is covered by persuasion, so I'm going to.
Leia gets
there, little fella.
unfortunately, Leia's just crashed, but she actually gets. This is where her choosing activates.
I am coming back in.
I know you are.
Pilot.
I know you are. You got the joke. You get to make a notice check with a +2 bonus layer as the griffin. As the hippogriff charges to attack Gastus. This is obviously quicker than you. While you're beginning to do your spiel, Gastus, obviously on the handle animal, because she's got the choosing, gets to make a notice check with a +2 bonus, no less.
Excellent.
Maybe it's not attacking. Maybe it's maybe it's actually got a waggy tail.
Yeah.
It's just a bit excitable, though.
And Kay is now thinking of the dragon that they had to deal with in the game that I ran. That wasn't a dragon; it was a polymorph dog.
Yeah, it pulled up a tree and brought it and dropped it at our feet and then wagged its tail, hopefully. It was so cute.
My favourite was when when I had the party hired by a very likable dwarf fellow, you know, magnificent flowing red beard and hair and all that. And basically, he was hiring them because he wanted them to retrieve a treasure from a dragon's lair. And the party go through activating all the traps and everything else, and they finally get to the treasure hoard. As they go to take it, the dwarf polymorphs back into the red dragon and goes, "No, you're not having my treasure. I just need you to see if you could find all my traps. I need to do better."
Wow.
I just love the idea of a dragon hiring a party of adventurers to test his lair out, you see. But I love the dog one.
Did you say
Notice check at +2? Yeah, you get a +2 bonus. You also get a free re-roll on this roll, by the way, but you won't need
let's
it.
see if I can beat the 11 then, shall we?
You do get a free re-roll if you're on your choosing roll. I forgot to mention that to Gastus, but he didn't need it because you spent a penny.
Fine, I'll take the 21.
You did, didn't you? I'll give you a penny back. You got a free re-roll.
I didn't spend a penny.
No. Gastus did earlier. He did on his when I tell you to take it, when I tell you because you've got to make a roll with the choosing, you get a +2 bonus and a free re-roll because you're with the choosing. If I forget to mention it at the time, you successfully gather that it's very much exactly that. The hippogriff is bounding over to attack Gastus. Is basically obviously happy to see him and is basically in a playful mood.
Gastus, it's friendly. Don't attack.
Well, Gastus doesn't have his weapons out and was bending us. "Hey there, little fella. How are you doing? Are you okay?"
I mean, I do. You probably. Okay. Okay. So he will.
And I've scared it.
Well, it will try to peck at you affectionately, but you're able to. The point being is Leia won't stop anyone else attacking.
Yeah.
So,
okay, let's try that again. I'm not sure. I've got. Here we go. I've got a little bit of jerky. You try that.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought hippogriffs were huge. Am I mistaking?
It's a baby one.
It's a baby hippogriff. Oh, cute. So is this what's driving them mad, that there's a baby hippogriff in their nest?
Possibly. And you come with me, little fella.
The broken egg probably is not helping either.
Oh, I want to hug it. It's cute.
Right. In a typical way that people like to write adventures, the pertinent piece of information I was trying to find earlier was in a completely different room, so I've just passed it on to the pertinent person. Anyway, so
in much the way that I scratched the cat behind its ears earlier, I shall scratch the hippogriff just at the top of its wings.
yeah.
And,
So kitten, like the juvenile beast, does not understand the crisis going on. It just wants to roughhouse, although its form of play is potentially lethal. But anyway, you did succeed at your handle animal check, which I'm very impressed by, because actually that's the way to convince it to retreat to its perch. So it does. It basically, obviously, it retreats back to its perch, and obviously you can certainly follow it if you wish to.
So it does seem to have a perch here that is it, rather than...
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's got its own perch.
Right. Okay. Do hippogriffs eat eggs? Do they
Birds
lay
of
eggs?
prey.
Do they?
I imagine
Sorry, go on.
they're birds of prey, aren't they? So they're carnivores, I suspect, which means they probably could potentially eat eggs.
Eat egg. Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
of course, they're also half horse.
Yes. So, but their front half is a bird of prey. So I'm going to go with the mouth is what
Ferrets.
the mouth will probably decide what they eat, won't they?
Hagrid feeds them ferrets. They eat ferrets.
Okay.
Okay. Now it would appear that I have missed
And
off.
being half horse, you managed to eat it, no bother.
Yeah, I've missed an encounter. Oh, let's just add them in. Are they adding in? They certainly shouldn't be hostile. Okay. Going to put one there.
I'm not entirely sure this is going to help calm the
One.
dragons down, though. I'll peer out the window, see if I can see any. Oh, there's one right in my face.
I'll shrink them a bit because they're meant to be smaller than that. Yeah, as you go to the window, pretty helps. Obviously, the hippogriff. Well, obviously, the hippogriff sort of makes a. Obviously, the noise of the hippogriff running towards you to playfully come with you seems to have summoned 3 house drakes. They all appear at 3 different open windows, and basically they're sort of hovering in the air, staring at all of you up here.
I say, you wouldn't mind just calming down and having a chat, would you? Anybody here speak Draconic?
I can't remember my languages. No, I don't. Doesn't Sassafras?
I've asked them to calm down.
He did ask them to calm down in Draconic. He did.
Yes.
He said that to the hippogriff. The hippogriff, I should point out, the hippogriff understood that. That is, I'm sorry. The hippogriff, you definitely got the impression it understood that. And obviously you saying that to the others, they are able to communicate telepathically to you in common.
Oh, that's
So-
helpful. What's the matter? What's upset you all?
They describe a human who snuck into the turret last night and stole 3 eggs.
Ah.
Could you describe this human to us?
Can you?
He just
can you
said they
describe him?
described, so I'm pretty sure.
The description matches someone that you've had a conversation with, Walker.
Oh yeah. That's the guy that wants to pay me 1,500 gems to steal an egg for his mistress.
1,500 golden gems.
Well, but Vorka doesn't put that together.
No, I know. I understand.
And where would this person be that is inciting you to thievery?
That was the guy that was downstairs.
You recognise the description as you remember the argument. Sorry, go on, Walker. You were doing it. Shutting up. I'm shut. Here's me saying trading, and eventually you can role play. Role play. Shutting up.
You're learning. It's good.
All yours, Walker.
He was the guy that was downstairs, and there was the fighting, but there's no weapons, and he as we were heading out, he said I was a surprising goblin, and that I could make a good deal with him. If I got him the egg, he would give me 1,500 gems.
And possibly get you into an awful lot of trouble, Master Vorka.
And
I think we need to
that's why I said to you that there's an egg missing.
I think we should go and have a word with Lady Colstairs' chef. Not knowing how to telepathically speak back to a dragon, I will get a very confused look on my face as and possibly slightly constipated look as I'm trying to telepathically tell the dragons that we think we know who may have taken their eggs, and we're going to go and see if we can sort it out. Will they please stop wrecking the place in the meantime?
Just like that, you ask him in Draconic.
They're so pretty.
They agree that they will wait up here, but they give you no more than an hour to find their egg.
Then we should get to it right away. To the
Indeed.
downstairs. Diddly-loo.
Hang on. It's I did. Let's see if I can make this more fun for me. I can't be bothered.
The broken egg on the stairs.
Yes.
It would have been an extra, wouldn't it?
It was dropped last night.
Yeah, I think they stole 4. They stole.
They stole 3
That
eggs
was a
into.
nice try.
They stole 3. It was a nice try. Don't get me wrong. I accept. I like the idea, but no, I'm afraid not. It's there's got to be a time limit on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, they stole 3 eggs, and 3 eggs were stolen, and you've already found one of them. Leia's already found one of them. Alas.
It was just laying there.
It was.
Put you back down the stairs.
Do we know where Lady Colstairs' place is? I'll certainly spend a penny on that common knowledge roll.
No, but you can probably find out.
Oh no, looks like I've remembered now. Oh yes, that lady Colstair. One of her ladies' mates was a gentleman never tells. But I do know a way to get into the kitchens quietly.
What?
As I said, a gentleman never tells.
Her room is down here, but apparently she is to be found in the private dining room. In fact, actually, now you think about it, it was probably her. It was Lady Clawstare is probably the person who was screaming, "Where's my breakfast?" Is this what passes for service in your ramshackle excuse for an inn? As Leia and Sassafras walked towards that first bedroom.
Bitch.
Why don't you go and have a word with Lady Colstair while I go and see if she happens to have left her door open?
Who are you saying that to?
You and Vorka.
Okay.
You made your common knowledge roll. Elena Colstar, a Taldan noblewoman with a merchant fleet at her command.
I believe you like an unusual delicacy for your breakfast. Is that correct?
Still on the stairs. Who are you talking to, Vorka?
Oh. No, he told me to go and talk to her. I'm not on the stairs. On my screen. I'm in the dining room.
You're still there on my screen.
Okay, well, where is she then? Because
She's in the private dining room.
all right, fine.
That's the public dining room.
That better now?
But that's the public dining room.
Oh, okay, you've not put her on the map, so give me a clue.
I don't know. Oh,
Did I make where she's at now?
I do believe I did make a token for her. I'm sure I did. Hang on. I think I made all these. I'm sure I made tokens for all of these people. I'm sure I spent some. I'm fairly confident I spent some time on Thingy. Don't tell me I actually spent all that time. Yeah, I spent all that time making all those lovely pictures for the MPs.
And then you didn't import them.
Oh, yeah, I think I didn't import them. How annoying is that? Campaign. I'm going to find out where it is. I'm sure I made NPCs for all of them. Yeah, portraits. Or maybe I was doing it for another ritual. I'm confused what I'm doing now. I'm sure I did it. All over Christmas in between looking after very sick people. So.
Yeah, one.
Oh, well. Oh, there it is. Portent's Peril. You enter images. Ah, yeah. Tokens for all of them, and then forgot to use them. Flipping hell.
And that's why we play test.
Yes. Okay, so I take all those images, and if I come over to assets, I go I go campaign folder. There we go. Campaigns. Every Tuesday images. I have to create a subfolder, I think, just to keep them separate. New folder. Portents. Paste them in there. There we go. If I do a refresh. Yeah, I mean, look, I even made images for the fairy dragons. Actually, that's separate. Fairy dragons are separate, so we'll worry about that later. Yeah, there you go. Quite scary
She
what
got
you
something
do.
hanging out of her nose.
No. It's definitely not. It's, what do you expect? It's AI, and I did notice it.
It's a pearl.
It's probably a
It's
pearl.
decorative.
Ew.
Anyway, there you are. It was very hard to get it to draw an old lady. They always, for some reason, it always wanted to draw teenage women in fancy gowns. But anyway, in the dining room, that's who you see. Very angry, going, "Where's my breakfast? Craig, where's my breakfast? You promised me an exquisite egg."
Really? And why do you think the entire place has fallen to rack and ruin, my dear? It's your fault. Your upper class, ego driven, stupid fault. You are trying to take the egg from a sentient creature to eat for your breakfast because you would rather satisfy your over pampered palate than actually stop for a moment to try and find your last remaining brain cells and realize what a stupid idea it would be to enrage an entire race of sentient dragons. You don't deserve to have breakfast of any sort, let alone eat the young of a creature which has probably got 4,000 more brain cells than you. Shut up.
Very gamey. Oh.
This mess is all your and your chef's fault. Every last part of it.
Ah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this what did she call it? Second rate inn?
I think she did, didn't she? Private dining
If
room.
this second rate inn, which you're complaining about, chose to sue you for every single piece of the damage that has been caused by your criminal theft of the eggs of the creatures that reside here.
She's muttering something under her breath. You can attempt a notice check to see if you can hear it.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, your alertness, even with your -2 penalty on that. Walker certainly heard it. Basically, going, yeah, it seems to be along the lines of cat folk, very gamey meat. Didn't like it.
Ooh.
Hey! Now you listen. You listen here. You listen here. I have eaten all kinds of stuff, and I have never eaten somebody who can think. Of course, I did eat one guy who just didn't think at all, but that's never mind that. You don't get to decide what you eat. I think you need to leave right now.
Oh, no. He doesn't get to leave. Put a hand on her shoulder. And the other hand, I'm going to release each of my claws one at a time right in front of her face. With a shink, 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 shink.
Are you the type of person who wishes to cause an international incident? If I bring my entire fleet here, we could basically blockade Corvosa and starve you out.
And how would you do that if you've been roasted in the oven and are on the table with an apple in your mouth?
Did you make a notice check, Gastus?
I did.
You didn't find anything.
I got a 9.
I know. I noticed after I asked. you didn't find anything.
You see, you're under the impression that we're going to let you get word anywhere.
Okay.
Why would we? You quite clearly are not the kind of person who deserves the power which you command. We are, well, I don't know the rest of you, I certainly feel that this power needs to be taken away from you before you cause any more incidents yourself.
I'm doing that, and I'm doing that, which does that, which.
I think the chef may need a larger tray to bake you on. And we could slice you into choice
Gastus
cuts.
is trying to find the chef.
Or it's that, and I don't have stats because she hasn't got any work about.
But yeah, while this minor altercation is going on, Gastus is making his way around and back into the kitchen to ask after where this chef has gone.
Do I actually have a clue who this woman actually is? I know she thinks she's the Lord Mayor of
You
everywhere.
know who I am.
Yes,
No.
you
Do you know who I am?
She's rich. She's rich and privileged, and unfortunately, though, well, you can try a common knowledge roll. She's speaking with a Taladan accent. No, you got no idea.
I'll ask Sadius and Volker if they have a clue, as they happen to be in the room with me.
Yeah, you've gone to the kitchen area. Right. I need to. Actually, didn't create one crate, so that's okay. You get to make a notice check if you are searching the kitchen.
Okay.
Unless no one's chosen here, so you don't find anything on a 5.
Well, I'd best spend a penny then. Oh dear. I found it, didn't I?
Oh, no.
Okay. You basically, you obviously go over to this large set of cupboards over here, and as you start pulling out some of the drawers, unfortunately, you pull out too many drawers at once, which overbalances the entire thing, and it comes crashing down. Unfortunately, you are distracted, so therefore you get to make your evasion check to avoid being crushed under the. Okay. I need a notice check from everyone else.
So how does she react to that then?
I will let you know in a second.
Will I start to smile at her?
By all that's holy. Oh.
You're a cartoon this session.
I
You
Before
are
the end of
indeed.
the session, you're going to fall off a very, very tall cliff and just get poofed at the bottom.
Lady
Piano land on you.
Lady Coolstar will basically just take one look at that, sort of look nervous, and then ring a small silver bell.
Ow.
And meanwhile, everyone else hears an incredibly loud crash from the kitchen if you made your notice check.
Very, very quietly under my breath, I say, subtle, Gastus, really subtle.
And I'm gonna, because I was out in the hall, not in there with them. I'm gonna go down there to see if Gastus, what the hell kind of trouble he got into now.
Greetings, Mistress Teaberry. I seem to have a fork up my nose.
Oh, here, let me help you with that. And she reaches over and grabs it and yanks.
Ow!
Well, now you don't have a fork up your nose.
No, you're right. I don't.
I'll put that on hold. Put
You'll
that on
feel
hold.
You
better
Put
haven't
that on hold.
seen the angry chef, have you? Oh,
I look around the room. I don't see him, right?
You do not indeed.
No, haven't seen him.
right. Just need to get this thing. Oh, ow!
Is he, is
Hold
it
up,
getting-
hold far. Before you get any more rolls going, things are kicking off. Okie dokie. I say,
Well,
bloody
Leah
cool
just-
stare rings her small
Leah just,
silver bell.
spoke the words. I didn't say a word.
I know.
I haven't said anything.
True, it was all me. I was the one
Well,
who
not
decided to
exactly.
hate on her.
Not exactly.
You don't have danger sense, I'm afraid. So,
Does Leah notice what's happening?
Do I need notice roll?
afraid not.
No, I think you've noticed you've been.
Yeah, basically, you get clomped on the back of the head.
Well, I'd like to soak that clump.
It only shakes you, but
Fine.
yeah. No, I'm afraid
Oh.
if he hadn't got the Joker, if he hadn't got the Joker, then I would have allowed you to. Yeah, everyone could have reacted. Unfortunately, she rings the bell. He just sidles up and goes clonk on the back of your head, which you do realise at the last second, and basically avoid the sap coming down on the back of your head.
That was
But no-
weird. I dropped the Benny on the shaken result. It rolled a soak roll and didn't take shaken away.
That's
That was
because
silly.
it should have done, and it did.
It's still
There you go.
shaken on the combat.
Yeah, I
side.
don't know what
That's
happened
better.
there. We'll worry about it later. Gastus,
Okay.
right? Did you actually make your roll to attempt to break? Yes, you did. You failed. So you're still pinned.
You're right back. Just getting a drink.
No problem.
Right,
That
well-
brings us to Sassafras.
What does he need as far as assistance to get unpinned?
I need to not have a chest of drawers on my chest.
I don't think I'm strong enough to move it. I could go get the others to help you.
Yes.
I don't think my cantrip that moves things is strong enough.
Probably not, I'm afraid.
But it could do an assist roll.
Yes, you could use it. You could use it to assist. Yes, I'll allow that. So that make a cantrip roll to try and sort of maneuver stuff. Yep, there we go. That's going to give you a +1 bonus.
Thank you.
How's that nose doing?
It's
Oh,
Jenko,
no.
it's still-
painful.
Well, you haven't got a fork up it now.
Ooh, I think what actually happened is while you avoided the first one, the second one plonks you really good, Leia, who's gone to get a cup of tea, I believe. I think I'll do the soaking. 4. Oh, I was going to have to spend all the bennies there. There we go. Okie dokie. That brings us to Fledgling Housedrake, who should be on hold. Lady Colstare. Right. What's she going to do? I don't know. Well, nothing. She's a lady. She's just going to sit there. That brings us to Leia, who's obviously going to go on hold. Vorka, you're up, sir.
Vorka is going to go over and smack Lady Quasit, whatever her name is.
Okie dokie. You're going to attack a poor, defenseless old lady.
Oh yeah.
He's a goblin. They got no class.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with it. Don't worry, get me wrong.
I will be doing this subdual, so
Okay.
let's not just flat killer.
You hit with a raise. You kill her. Now I know you said non-lethal.
And then I will turn to the guards outside and say, "She's asleep. Unless you want to be asleep too, back off."
Ooh, I really want. I hope. I'm gonna have to go find it. I sincerely hope that got a clonk and birdie sound effect. Because we need. Yeah. The old dong, but I can't. Clang might work. Heavy clang?
We'll get that for next week.
That'll do for knocked out, won't it?
That works. That works.
That worked out beautifully for my knocked out. I'm going to have to use that as the knocked out effect. So let me. I need to add that to the. I need to remember to add that in. But if I go to sound sets, I go to all. Go to uncategorized. I go and add a new one in. If I go. Right, so I set it to chat triggered. Then I go and look at patterns. Would be. Where's the one for wound? Sorry, I'm just going to set this up now because it's too much fun not to. Wound. So it would be. He's just knocked out, isn't it?
Ooh, who knocked her out? I was away. Volker, did you knock her out? What did you do?
Oh yeah, I whacked her with my sword.
You gave her a
Nice.
lot.
And then I turned around and looked at the guys at the door and said, "Unless you want to go to sleep too, back off."
Okay, so then I make it non. Then I make it non-lethal and I apply it. Hang on, let's see if it works. Hang on. Okay, let's see if this works. Right, I'm adding that to the rule set. The sound pack. So it'll be in the sound pack going forwards. Thaddeus Wadsall. I had to spend 2 of your bennies to soak a wound.
Fine.
And you're on hold.
Oh.
Right. Thaddeus, over to you, sir.
I'll
You
see
know,
what
I still think I should hang it upside down and carry out do what I said I was going to do.
You can if you want to.
Vorka, well, I don't know. Vorka probably won't notice either, will he? Lear didn't notice.
No.
Right, okay.
She has just basically been knocked unconscious and slid off the table, slid off the chair onto the table.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Quietly.
Sleep.
The suspense is killing me.
Yes, so small burst template. Take it easy. Chill out. Don't panic.
Selective,
So you
obviously.
cast Cadbury's Caramel Bunny on them.
I was on a bit, that one. You did spend the extra power point for selective, didn't you?
Of course. I was actually going to. The reason why the pause for thing, I was actually going to go on a large burst template. So I wasn't sure how many people were in the corridor. The wings. I was just
Okie
thinking,
dokie. You
is there
didn't
anybody
get the
else
raise, so
there?
it's a straightforward vigor check.
Just,
Even funnier if it affected the waiter on the other side of the wall. Suddenly fell
There are
asleep in his soup.
there are people in there. Yeah, but I'm not going to be that mean. Okay, they're both stunned. Well, they're both stunned. And I should take you off hold, Leia.
Thank you. I'd
yeah,
like
so
to.
the duck. Yeah, the duck told me to tell people to take things easier because it's easier. It's easier for lunch.
So, what would it take to take their weapons off them?
They only got blackjacks, so well, they're lying unconscious, stunned, and prone, so you could disarm them quite easily.
Unconscious.
They're
I thought they were
stunned.
unconscious.
Well, they're stunned. They're basically not with it, are they? At the moment?
For a couple of seconds, they'll come and be okay.
Yeah, they're not
Maybe
unconscious. They're not fully unconscious, but they're dazed, aren't they? They're stunned. They're not aware of what's going on until they recover from being
Okay.
stunned.
Then I'm going to take their blackjacks off them.
Okay,
The
you
blood
take your
pressure's
blackjacks
just
off them.
dropped, and they've gone all. The blood pressure's just dropped, and they've gone all lightheaded, going, "Where's my blood?" Happened to it.
So next round, just to see what happens. So that's right, Sassafras. Well, I think Sassafras has already given you the support. I don't know if Sassafras wants to do anything else.
Oh, now can I now? Okay, I've got the telekinesis. Hopefully that will lighten it enough that if I now help push it, can I try getting it off of him?
You can definitely make a strength check if you want to.
Yeah, watch me just shove it right down onto him, but that's all right. It's just Gastus.
He doesn't matter.
Right.
It's the thought that counts.
Hey, I'm really trying to get you free, Gastus, because well, you're providing us with a place to stand. That's so gracious of you.
I love it. Yeah, I love the idea. So yeah, Sassafras manages to pull this huge chest of drawers up enough to give Gastus a chance to make an athletics check to get free.
Right. Ow.
The biggest threat in this entire adventure is a piece of furniture.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
you are no longer pinned. I'm just going to see if these guys recover. If they don't, yep, I'm not going to worry about it. So unless you're actually going to do anything else, I'm calling the combat over, but it's up to you what you want to do with them.
Yeah, they
Tie
won't
them
wake
up.
up. Just tie them up. I mean,
But neatly, we'll put them on chairs in this dining room so they're not going to trip up the waiters.
So I shall, for purposes of tidying up my combat tracker, I shall delete them. But they're still in there if you want to go back in there later. Okay.
I tell Gastus after he gets free that you're welcome, Gastus.
Yeah. Ow. Thank you. We need to find the eggs. They must be around here somewhere. Need to find that. Oh, I didn't realize, and I forgot there. Oh, we need to find the chef.
Majenko's back. And so
Hi.
I can ask Majenko what he knows and if there's anything he can do to help us find these eggs.
That'd be-
Majenko can certainly make a notice check. He'll get a
Gastus,
+2
what
bonus.
is wrong with you?
It's
Oh,
chaos in this kitchen.
Blunt
He,
force trauma.
he has a problem with furniture.
That's one way of putting it.
Majenko flies straight over to this smaller cupboard over here, specializing at the very back of the cupboard are 2 eggs containing specialized pans and trays. They're the size of chicken eggs with brown speckles and a leathery surface.
Very
Gastus,
carefully.
Gastus, I think Majenko found what you failed at.
Majenko needs to take those. And give them back upstairs.
Yes, and I think I need to put the drawers back.
I think
Can
actually,
You need to just sit there until the eggs are safe.
Majenko basically backs off, and you get the distinct impression it is if
Would you like me to
if you've agreed, yeah, he basically it makes it quite clear that if you've agreed to return the eggs, then you need to return the eggs because you're the ones who made the deal with the house drakes. You know, drakes have a correct things. You know, he might have found them, but obviously you are the ones who made the agreement, and he feels that it's not his place to return them; it's your place. Besides which, he can only really carry them in his mouth, whereas you've got those very helpful hands.
Okay.
You couldn't
I'm
carry
happy to
both of them at
carry
once,
them.
yeah.
As long as
Okie dokie.
Gastus isn't walking directly in front or behind me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
what I'm going
Gas
to
is
do
likely
now,
to break him. He's not. He's.
that,
Have you
I'm going to
noticed?
turn
He's
off
just
for-
having a
that.
bad day. It happens
There
to
you
us
go.
all.
And
Well,
so you should be able to
have you
move
noticed
freely
for
now.
a trained fighter, he seems incredibly clumsy at times, Leah. Or
At
is that-
times, and other times he's amazing.
All I'm trying to say is you can move freely if you want to now. I've turned off line of sight, so you should be able to move.
Sorry, I didn't realise. I hadn't zoomed that way.
That's okay.
I
I'll just
will
make
spend
it
some time sorting out the kitchen.
okie dokie.
Maybe you should try putting the drawers in with the handles pointing outwards.
Yeah, maybe.
Want me to leave Majenko here if you need help? Otherwise, I'm going to make sure Leia's okay.
Okay.
Because Majenko can communicate to the other.
I've brought your eggs back.
Okay.
Can I take them to the nest that they should be in?
Okay, you basically bring them back. There's one remaining egg in the nest. You put these 2 eggs back with them. Obviously, they notice there's one missing, and I understand. I assume you'll explain the situation of the missing egg.
Yes. Yes. It had been smashed a day before we got here. There was nothing we could do.
Indeed. So, if okay, so the dragons are very happy. Cadmion rejoices at the outcome and basically awards. Basically, what did I? Yes, I don't.
By the way, so everybody's going upstairs to hand over these eggs?
Is
Yes.
yes.
Left
No.
Gas behind.
every-
I
Not
don't want
everybody,
any
no.
part of it.
Not everybody. I did, and all the little ones came with me.
And Majenko came because he was the one that found the eggs. He just thought. it was
Majenko's
no-
ickle. Or the ickle
A
ones.
golden
That's
golden
what-
unicorn.
A golden unicorn? I presume you mean a statuette, not an actual golden unicorn.
Yeah, it's a statue of a golden unicorn. That's what
Wow.
Cadmion awards you in thanks. In addition, the dragons upstairs ask about the man who their adopted hippogriff was very friendly with.
Do I know anything about that?
He's downstairs. He's cleaning up a mess he made.
Oh, sorry.
Okey-dokey.
He had a run-in with a piece of kitchen furniture, and he's just setting it all to rights downstairs.
Okay.
I can send him up if you'd like.
They do wish to speak to him, and all of you, in fact. But yeah, basically, they do wish to speak to him.
Okay. Give me a minute. Run over to Gastus. Hey, Gastus, they want you upstairs.
They do? Okay.
I'm giving you a Betty for actually making the effort of running down the stairs.
Um,
There you go.
Terribly sorry. I had.
I've deleted them off the map, but that's okay. That's okay. So they basically they explained that last autumn the house drakes impulsively stole a hippogriff egg to replace one of their own. Now the fledgling hippogriff, who's obviously over the corner, big spot, is part of their family. And while they would never willingly partner with her, they have begun to feel guilt about the theft. Especially now they know how it feels. When Crake has stole the eggs, they feel like fate is punishing them, you see. They are so relieved by the return of the eggs, but they still feel the urge to make amends for their mistake. Basically, following an intense conference of chirps and growls, the 3 parents basically talk to that fledgling...
Hippogriff.
No, not the fledgling. The fledgling
I
House
didn't know
strike.
there was one of them. Oh,
Hmm.
A fledgling house strike, so I need to put back on the combat tracker. Make him friendly.
So what did I miss?
And
you took the eggs
basically,
upstairs.
after some chirps and stuff, the fledgling house strike flies up out of the nest, and he lands upon your shoulder, Gastus.
Oh. I'm not sure I could take your child.
They basically they then telepathically tell you that their broodling needs a traveling companion and a mentor to show her the world. They ask you to protect their child until she chooses to return home.
Wow.
Well, very well. Of course I will. May I ask what is her name?
Now that's a very good one. I know they haven't done it, but I'm trying to think where it is here. Basically, the broodling has not.
Now that's a very good one. That is a very interesting name for a child.
The broodling has not yet chosen a name for herself, so PCs who befriend her may get to influence her choice. Okay, Okay, so first things first, you've accepted the broodling.
Mhm.
I just need to do this.
Everyone's getting cute purple dragons except me. Ah,
I'll
come
tell you
on.
what. If this egg hatches and it's actually what I think it is, you can. I'll let Majenko be your friend.
Oh.
Okay, so you gain the Gastus, you gain the beast bondage
Oh, okay.
and a fledgling house strike
Okay.
on your ally sheet. The dragon is clever and kind-hearted, but knows the clue of the outside world, and she definitely has the curiosity hindrance.
In fact,
Oh joy.
hasn't everybody in the group got a pet except for me and ours, Vorka as well?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Vorka-
Vorka doesn't have one.
It's just us two, isn't it? Everybody
Yeah,
else has
yeah.
got
I think
something.
everybody else has got somebody. Yeah,
I'm afraid to
think
say,
we-
even if it
I'm
is just a
afraid to-
crazy duck.
I'm afraid to say that is on my part. That is slightly deliberate on my part because, of course, that's the whole point of your character driven, isn't it? You lost a child, therefore.
Everyone's got kids.
Indeed. But anyway, okay. So, yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, obviously the first choice would have been Sassafras, but she's already got an egg and a house dragon already, and after that is Gastus. Unfortunately, he fits the next stuff because he's good aligned and he's gaudily dressed and he's vivacious.
Right.
So there we go. Anyway,
Well,
Craig
Jim?
and the enforcers and Lady Clawstare have all been locked up in the private dining room. After Leia explains the situation, Camion wholeheartedly agrees and has sent for the city guard. And obviously, the fact that you have good contact with Cressida will probably help. Help stuff. Unfortunately, Lady Clawstare, being rich and powerful and all that, will probably not suffer too much, but there's probably some sort of financial fine because obviously Corvosans do take their house strikes.
How did you like her new scar, by the way, I gave her?
We'll see what happens on that one.
mm,
You gave her a scar.
No, I just felt turnabout play was fair.
I consider her to be an enemy now. If I ever run across her again, and I think that the situation is in favour to, I might suddenly be a little less lawful about how I treat her.
Well, she was going to eat somebody's babies.
Exactly.
And I just taught her that she's not at the top of the food chain.
And I got her arrested, which teaches her that money isn't everything. I also would like to can possibly help it, using all the influence I have, totally ruin her name, because she'll really be upset about that.
think that is the whole point of why I picked that one. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, what I need to do is, which is fine. I'm going to. I need to do. I'm doing that. All very complicated here. All very complicated. I don't know how to fix it. I know there was a way to fix it, and I can't remember how you do it. That was it.
I mean, she'll be okay, but it might take her a wee while to wake up. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. I was checking something on the adventure card there. Okie dokie.
she has got 7 pints. Yeah.
So, okay, so you've averted the disaster at the Frisky Unicorn. Again, obviously caused by someone, not yourselves this time, but caused by someone, by Craig. But while you're here, is there anything else you want to do?
Well, I'll get a drink.
Well, yes, but were you not here to investigate something of your own rather than just deal with the problem that ended up in having occurred here?
We got sidetracked. We wanted to find out why the card was somehow related to this place.
What, and wasn't there something about this was where the person that was trying to snatch Majenko?
No, that never happened.
Really?
Well, it either never happened or it was a bust. One of the two.
Yeah.
So isn't this linked with the unicorn then?
Yes. This is the Frisky Unicorn.
The Frisky
Unicorn. I've been given a unicorn.
A golden unicorn.
Yes. Golden unicorns are usually babies. Is this a baby unicorn statue?
It's just a gold statuette of a unicorn worth 450 gold. Gastus, I just rolled it retroactively because you did say it much earlier on, and it's always the case with the way Pato likes to do stuff. They'll say, in room 1, here's a load of information about something. In room 7, here's what happens when someone wants to look at something in room 1.
Right, yeah.
You now, with everything that's a bit calmer, you remember back to see those stack of flyers for the green market.
Yes, which I had a look at.
You did. There's been something that's been nagging on your mind. So you go back and look at them again. The flyers resemble the cards Foxglove gave to each of you, but you realised what it was when looking a second time. These resemble the card, but they're not identical. They bear an additional phrase: free samples to foreign visitors.
I'm sorry, you broke up. Could you repeat that?
3 samples to foreign visitors is an additional phrase on these flyers that didn't match the flyers that I gave you this morning.
Best grab them then. We'll collect them up. Just as a matter of course, and ensure that they're not going to be handed out. And probably need to move on into Old Corvosa now.
Where they came from, though?
Well,
yeah, we need to ask the innkeeper.
Ask the owner. Yeah.
Indeed. Both the cook and the owner, Cadmian, report seeing a woman in the lobby yesterday dressed as a Varisian fortune teller depositing a stack of flyers for the green market.
Are you sure it was a woman and not a white-haired old man with a pair of glasses who said, "It is I, Leclerc"?
Indeed not.
Okay. I am simply an old Varisian fortune teller.
Yay.
So yes, it would appear that the same Varisian fortune teller that read the fortune to Ziva, has been at both of these locations in the past in the past day or so. What interesting things will happen when you head? Nothing suspicious to what will happen when you head northwards to Old Kavorsa and head to Tracer's Muse. We shall have to leave it. I think it's a good time to leave it there for next time.
That fortune teller's crooked as a skimmed coin.
Hope you've enjoyed this first half of a side trek. We shall continue and probably conclude it next week.
Yeah, so it was my sincerest wish the next time she wants to eat something that was living, that she might look at her face.
Indeed. We shall see what
realize that there's worse things in the sewers that wait her. Like me, for example.
In all fairness, it's her chef who's the one who absolutely enjoys giving her unusual things to eat. She just eats them. But we shall leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes. Next time I'll have a liver and some havre beans and a nice decanty.
Oh, I do. One thing I will say is before you leave the Frisky Unicorn, it should be pointed out one of the house drakes has been chatting to Majenko, and basically says for us it turns Majenko basically tells you that one of the house drakes had a chat with him about your egg, and the house drakes give you a concoction that they say if you mix that up and place the egg inside a bowl with this concoction and gently heat it with no more heat than a candle, then that may resolve the issue with the problem of the unhatched egg.
Okay, well, did you put the thingy in my inventory?
Oh, it's a number of ingredients. As luck would have it, you can probably buy them all at the green market. So,
Gee, no coincidence.
But if they've already mixed it up and stuff, that will.
no, they basically Majenko's giving you the recipe. They don't have the stuff. That's the point. You'll have to, if you'll buy it and mix it up. The point I'm trying to say is, at the end of this adventure, if you collect the items at the green market, then we can hatch your egg.
I'll get them from her for the reward if we resolve this issue. How's that?
If there even is a reward.
Because for the record, I've already sorted out the stats and the token and the portrait for what will come from your egg. Here's a spoiler.
Oh, he's gonna be cute. Probably. Oh, I remember the stats on these things. Not just the stats, but the personality information. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with him.
Oh yeah, but don't forget. Oh yes, but you got to bear in mind that was an adult dragon. You're going to have a hatchling, so the stats won't be identical. Similar, but not identical. We'll have 2 baby dragons in the party.
Oh, joy.
But that's where we shall leave it today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly what we need.
And next week we'll probably conclude Portland's Peril, and then we can start book 2. But until then, I had a lot of fun, guys. I'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Yeah, it was a blast.